is over finally after 3 years. It
three and a
seems
half.
like
Yeah.
3.5 years, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
and as soon as they start to get the person elected, they start the whole cycle over again. The
Well,
same.
I hope a lot changes. I hope he knocks them back on his because they don't know what's coming.
Right.
He's being quiet. He, meaning President Trump, President-elect Trump, is being quiet about what he's going to do. So they're probably all worried.
Yeah, because I think that's the best way to play it. I mean, why would you want to reveal stuff? Because you know that, and another thing is too, it's like there's gonna circle the wagons and try to stop them. And I really am glad though that the Republicans also got the majority of the
Not the
Senate.
Republicans, President Trump.
Yeah,
President Trump. The Republicans have nothing to do with this. The Republicans have proved over the last 10 or so years that they're weak.
Trump.
Those people are weak-kneed. They just want to go with the flow, get their paycheck, and not do their job.
do you think it's because they want to be career politicians and
Yes.
he's going to get out and get stuff done and he'd be
Well, last night, a lot of things died.
I don't know what you mean by died. What do you mean by that?
Last night, mainstream media went to a funeral. Wokeism.
Oh, you think that's over? They don't have the whole. Well, they haven't had the whole. I've been saying that since we started this. The mainstream, they don't have the whole that they thought they had. I've been saying that Trump. We would know that Trump was president by 9 o'clock. I've been saying that for the last 2 months. I say Kamala Harris doesn't have the support that they say that she does. That it's BS. And a lot of people have been saying it. Tyrus, the comedian from Gutfeld. How long has he been saying it? He said, "This is not real, folks.
No.
This is fake. All these polls that you see are not real."
He actually did better in every section. They actually asked.
you talk about Trump.
Tyrus.
No,
I'm saying Tyrus by what he said. He said it over 3 or 4 months ago that the polls aren't real.
Right.
And they weren't. None of it was real.
No.
In what world did this woman have the neck and neck? It's neck and neck. It was never. They knew it wasn't neck and neck.
No.
And that's what they kept on going with that narrative. They're just going, "This is neck and neck." I mean, they're just so disingenuous. I mean, and you wonder why people are moving away from the legacy media.
And no, not moving away. The people have, and this election proves it.
I definitely think something changed it.
What changed it was people are tired of bull crap.
No, not people were. They are.
No,
They still are.
No, they are.
There's no word. There's no word in it. They are tired of it, and they're not done yet. They've only voted for this guy, and it's just the beginning of the end for a lot of people.
They're tired of Russia stuff. They're tired of the wokeism.
No, they seen through all that. I mean, only dum-dums are saying Russia now.
Well,
and only dum-dums have been saying Russia.
Only dum-dums are sitting there saying convicted felon. Only dum-dums are sitting there saying, look at how these are racist. Look at I'm saying no. This is what the mainstream media has been screaming.
There is no mainstream media, and last night proves it. And Fox News is disgusting as the rest of them. Right? They wouldn't call Georgia. They would have called Georgia when every other pollster that I was listening to at like 10 o'clock, including Steve Bannon, he said, "No, why they're holding out in Georgia." He doesn't know. They held out in Georgia. They held out in North Carolina. They knew that Georgia with those fake fire bombs or whatever, that they knew that the results were in by 10 o'clock. But the media tried to stretch it out
as long as they
to hoping and praying that this woman would get the votes that never came. She didn't even take any counties.
No. I mean, I was thinking, what was it? What was it when you saw it before you just decided to go to bed? I mean, that you knew it was fully done.
I knew it was done at 9 o'clock.
You did.
With everybody that I listened to in 2016, and for sure at 10 o'clock when Steve Bannon said it was over. And also, Alex Jones said it was over.
The final tally.
She didn't have a lead tonight.
Never had a lead.
What was it? Okay, what was the final tally for the electoral vote for?
It's still going up. It's over 300 now.
Wow, that's
the whole right away. Has been done since 1984.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that's
Michigan went for earlier tonight.
Maybe when I talked.
Yeah,
or this afternoon.
yeah, you're saying I wish so no somebody else was talking, or maybe it was a guy watching on YouTube saying Michigan's gutless. They should just call it now. He was conservative, saying they should just call it now. I mean, you're
But
just
you
like
know,
hours.
hold up. At Michigan, though, last night
In Michigan.
in Michigan,
Yeah.
last night it was. I was kind of getting nervous because they stopped it again. They stopped the counting again. And it's like, oh crap, here comes Gretchen.
Yeah, but
Another
everybody that I'm listening to says they can stop it all they want.
Well, no,
They don't have enough votes to overcome her.
right. They had already at 280, and that's why I told everybody around me. I'm like,
It's
280.
Don't worry about
No problem. But I'm like, here goes Gretchen for one more steal.
it. There wasn't enough votes to do it. There was enough votes that were already in. It was like 80 something percent of the votes were already in. There weren't enough to
You don't
steal
think
it.
that was
Yes, it did stop them, obviously.
But you actually think the Gretchen wanted to go through that one more time, try to steal something?
No, because there weren't the votes to cover it up.
If she
85% of the votes were in when that stoppage came.
No, I want to ask you. You seem to be on board. Ahead of it. You actually were pretty confident, very confident about Trump. What other than you said you listened to? Was there any kind of other things you personally picked up on that you were giving you an indication? Something you had seen locally or something like that, or
No, it was a stupid woman, and the person for her. I mean, let's take the woman out of it. She's a stupid human being to
right?
begin with. She had no substance whatsoever.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody in their right mind would vote for her other than people who were voting for her because they thought she was black, or the people that were voting for her because she was a woman.
Right.
And also, when she brought that idiot, he is an idiot,
Oh,
by
yeah.
the
Oh my
way.
God.
He couldn't even load a gun.
Yeah,
I mean, like we talked before, it sounded fake.
right.
Well, it really is too early to load my weapon or whatever. And just
Locked out with
actually, I
that.
wouldn't call it a weapon because I'm shooting. I guess he shoot police was it?
Yeah. He's shooting a gun. He's not shooting a weapon.
But I would have played it off. Like,
But hey, he was only 6'6". Like, I mean, think about it.
I'm just a knucklehead. When he did that, JD Vance wiped the floor with them. But the thing is, I'm sick of people making fun of these people that are having a hard time with Trump being elected. Instead of making fun of him, try to reach over and talk to him.
Do you think that would help though?
No, but you should at least try,
Right.
right? Instead of
Oh.
putting him on the internet and making fun of him.
Okay, hold on. Which ones are you talking about?
I'm talking about the people that are making fun of the people on TikTok. I think that's stupid.
Okay, don't make fun of people on TikTok, but the media and the celebrities all day long. Like, for instance, didn't Rob Reiner say some stuff on Thursday?
Who cares? Who is
Okay,
Rob? I
but
mean,
no,
that's
I
another
understand
thing.
that.
No, why do you bring up what has Clooney done in the last 5 years?
He has not done
Nothing. What has Rob Reiner done in the last 10 years?
Nothing. But the
Then
thing
why
is,
do you use his name like he's
because
somebody? It's the
he's
same
nothing.
thing
But
with
here's the thing: here's a guy that
But
actually.
why are you even bringing him up?
Because he said honestly,
Who
he was
gives
going to light himself on
okay,
fire in Trump
honestly,
ways.
who gives a
So here's
fuck?
the deal.
That's in the past.
I know, but you want to sit here and say that? No, wait.
He doesn't
These guys
matter.
want to judge this guy's character. Judge your own character.
He has no character to
There you
judge
go.
because he's not.
He had no character when he said it.
But I mean, you bring these people up like they're in our
Because
everyday
I
life.
brought up
When is the last time you watched The View?
I wanted to watch it today. I swear to God, I wanted to watch it today.
But
Of all the time I've ever wanted to watch it, and I don't know how many years it's been on, I wanted to watch it today. In fact, I'd love to go find it on YouTube when I get home tonight and just watch it. The reason why is I wanted to see those 5 fat
Okay.
women to sit there and watch
why?
what they say.
What did
Because I
it do?
just
No,
want to see
what
them.
did it do you? What kind of satisfaction did it give you?
Because it would be better than going to watch McFarlane Bailey Circus. It would be so
Why?
much fun. It would just be funny to watch 5 clowns. It would be funny. Sometimes
I
humor is
don't
funny.
think it's funny that
Because
that-
Whoopi Goldberg.
why
fuck-
does it okay?
Because
well,
honestly, how many
so
times
what
have I
makes you
sat there-
what makes you better?
Nothing
than
makes me
Whoopi
better.
Goldberg?
Nothing makes me better.
Why can't she have an opinion?
You can.
Then why
But
does it
I
bother
didn't
you?
talk.
Why does it bother
You
you?
and I never
It
talked.
seems to bother
We
you
never
that she
called.
has an
Hey,
opinion.
we never called Kamala Harris. Never did we ever call, nor have we ever called her a Nazi.
And you shouldn't.
Or what else? What else was we call it? A fascist Nazi.
Okay, but what I'm saying, thoughts like things like you're saying need to be put in the past. We need to be looking in the
Needs to be-
future.
One day. I'm just saying, one day. Can't you have those?
No, it's over.
Okay, it's done. But it is kind of funny. Come on, you've asked me.
No, it's
When have I
not
ever
funny.
seen you?
It's sad. It's sad that they feel a certain way that their candidate didn't win, and they have that right to feel sad.
No,
They
they
have
do.
that
They
right
actually do.
to speak their mind
They
and
do.
not be made fun of,
I'm not
whether
making
you
fun of
agree
them.
with it or not.
I'm not making fun of them.
And that upsets me. What if Trump would have lost last night
I would have probably
and
been
they're
trying to
making
figure
fun
out.
of you?
Well, they would have been making fun of us. They've been making fun of us
But
for years.
I think that
You're
is
not understanding what I'm saying. Why can't you have civility? Why
I
can't
have
you have
civility.
understanding? And
I do have understanding.
no, you don't. And you're just like the rest of them.
Because honestly, tomorrow morning, I will have all understanding in the world from them. But one day out of all of 25, or for the last 3.5 years, for the last,
No,
no,
you
wait,
shouldn't.
for the last 10 years,
No,
let me
you
stop.
should be happy that Trump
For the last
won.
10, I am happy. I am happy that Trump won in more ways than you'd ever want to
And what
count.
all these stupid idiots are doing, they're making it worse.
Because
I
they're
mean,
actually
no,
saying something about
it's a
something.
hard hill to climb, as Hillary Clinton once said already. But you want to add to it and keep people, not you, the
But the person,
proverbial you,
right?
wants to continue to harass these people and make them our enemies instead of reach out and try to make them your
Oh no, I
friends.
think we should reach out to people, and there's a lot of guys I talked to today that were friends of mine who did vote for Kamala Harris. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to say a thing to them.
I guess
No, and
that's what I
that's the
think
way
about
it should be. That's the way it should be across the
Well,
board.
even
But anytime that Trump screws up, I guarantee you, guess what?
Okay,
I'll
then
get text. But you know what? And every part of it, guess what? I have every right to get that text message from him when Trump does screw up. Because guess what? I did vote for Trump. And you know what? I have no problem to say that.
But my
Especially when
point
there's silence
is
signal.
that you should be reaching out and trying to understand these people because you would be doing the same damn thing if the shoe was on the other
Oh
foot.
yeah, you know what? It's the other people that we're
But
talking
no,
about.
you need to be bigger than that.
Right, but we're talking about the people on that side. You want to talk about the people?
No, they're
The
not on that
Democrats are-
side. They're Americans just like you are.
And I know that.
And
We
that's
fight
the
for these
problem
people
with
all
the
the time.
country is people are so
But
divided.
the Democrat Party did.
No,
We had
they're human beings.
Steve,
That's
Democrat Party.
No, they're
Democrat
American.
Party.
They're
Right.
Americans.
They're Americans. But the left that we've actually
You need to stop using words like that.
okay.
That
But
all
then-
that does is divide things, and you're just adding to the problem when you do things like
But
that.
the others, okay. But the side the one side, there was one side that actually came out and
I'm sure you
Let me
have
finish this
no, let
statement.
me finish.
okay.
I'm sure you have people in your family that probably voted for Hillary Clinton and other Democrats and
Yeah.
Harris, right?
Yeah.
Are they the left? You
Yeah, they
refer
were.
to them, my sister, the left?
Oh no, I have to refer to her as my sister.
I'm not saying your sister did, but what I'm saying
No,
is
I actually
we need
wasn't.
to stop this dividing crap.
No, I totally agree. But here's the thing. Even they have actually said this today.
Who is they?
Some of the people that were
Who are some of the people?
some of the left wing commentators have said today.
Okay, I wouldn't listen to anybody on Fox News. I wouldn't listen to any of them because they
It
were
was
so
even on
wrong.
TikTok. It was on TikTok. I was listening to a lot of them. They were saying, "Oh, here's the one thing we actually figured out is that the working class is no longer the
No,
working
in
class is no
America,
longer
I'm
the
sick
camp.
of that. Even
the
being
camp
called,
of the Democratic
I'm
Party.
sick of being called the working class. We're just fucking
We're
Americans.
American, right? I understand that. I agree with it. I am an American.
Some Americans were happy last night, and some Americans weren't.
I don't know if you got a chance to watch Mr. Monster's show he did today earlier.
And he said, "Bring everything
He
together."
got very emotional about that, and it was very stirring because he got very much overwhelmed about it. And if everybody hasn't seen it, they should go check it out because it's like, see, the thing is, that's what shows the difference between the I said it before, and basically, what the people who I resonate with, well, they'll take a hit. They'll say, okay, I don't like this, we'll go on.
Right.
There's other people who are more extremists. Well, let's say it that way, more extremists. They got to put in all colors, everything they do, all their objectives. There is no there is no ground. There is no compromise.
If Trump would have lost, I think we would have moved on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We would have moved on.
Right.
But you know what? We would have moved on. We had to figure out how to do it with finances and stuff like that. But guess what? Trump didn't lose last night, but he did say we need to kill the country.
Yeah, you just
And that's
And
what
the
he's
fact that
trying
we
to
gotta
do.
do is gotta
He
kill
didn't come out and attack anybody in his speech, did he?
No, and yet on the other end, there's been attack to him. And
That's fine.
But
He's
on the
been
other
They're
end,
allowed to
he
do it.
needs to stand above the fray.
That's what
He always has.
that's what I think he has. I mean, he's made jokes at people's expense, but he's never won full full shotgun.
He's went after individuals, but not after a group.
No. But here's the thing that I wonder about this. And I was thinking about this today when I was driving. It's kind of got some interest to it. And this is a question. It's not even on here. It's a question I had for you guys when I was driving today. And this is the question. This guy has gone through so much. He's gone through.
Okay, but he wanted to be president, right?
Right.
He didn't have to, did he?
No. Listen, this is a question. Don't you think there are certain times people are made for history? Do you think this time is made for history?
No, I don't believe that.
Well,
I don't think so. Like
No,
Washington
no,
was made for revolution.
no,
you don't think that at all.
no.
But all I know is that all he did is he put more effort than anybody else I've ever seen in my entire life.
To do this.
He does have the charisma. He's a special person. I'll admit that. I mean,
You don't think that he
no,
was like,
I'm
this
not
is
going to
something-
go with God put him on earth to be president. No, I'm not going to go.
No,
with
I'm not
that.
saying God put him on earth. I'm saying that there are sometimes some people feel like, hey, you know what, this is my calling. This is what I want to do. I've looked at different interviews he's done in the past, and even back in the 1980s, he said, I wouldn't do it.
He said I wouldn't do it, but if I was needed, I
would do it.
Yes.
And I don't know. This felt like his patriotic duty. That he felt like this is my time. I have.
I just think you saw a train
Do it.
wreck.
But I mean, I hate.
Right.
I'm sorry that I'm going off on you guys, but I have a lot of friends that are hurt right now
Right.
because Kamala Harris lost, and I feel bad for them. I mean, I feel good for myself because I woke up for the first time in 4 years feeling good.
Yeah, I can
But
understand.
knowing your friends are not happy,
That kind of hurt. When I heard about one of my friends going through some stuff today, that kind of hurt.
and that's what Trump said we need to stop.
Right.
We need to not be divided, and that's what these scumbags who are the string pullers, the puppet masters
How do you
want.
stop
They want us.
Just to
You stop it by not doing it. Stop calling people right and left.
And don't bring him in for his pundits on TV shows, talk shows, or whatever. Don't even mention them. Let them sit there, make their noise on the outside, not put them up to the microphone.
I was actually doing some today. Was driving. You know what'd be kind of good is if Trump did one thing, got rid of the press corps and let the podcasters come in and start.
We talked about that on the show. That would be very smart. And the same thing is not go and don't even go to Fox. Let them try to get their scraps just like everybody else.
Another thing we got to. I'll put a plug in for us. We got a studio here. We're in the Flint area, state, Michigan. You want to connect?
Right.
Maybe come in and do your show or do something via the phone and stuff. Contact us because that's what we got to sidestep. It's but put up these gatekeepers, and that's what the media wants from the politician, and vice versa. And if we can avoid that, actually have more direct, like I'm sure you're concerned about your friends who feel lost, because of this loss. Now if you can say we bring that, say, hey, look, we know your feelings about this, but look, we're not monsters.
No, I'm the same person that was your friend yesterday.
Right.
Those are yours.
We got to relate to each other as that, and that's one thing that Mr. Moss. People really got to watch.
He broke down
He broke down a couple of times because he's so happy to see it happen, but he also realizes
He feels bad for his friends.
for the people who aren't on this, but because we've been dealing it.
I mean, think about it as being a Christian, right?
Right.
I mean, yeah, Jesus Christ in your heart, and you're happy about that.
Right.
But you don't force it on other people, right?
No.
And you don't expect other people to be Christian or have your same feelings, right?
You don't understand. They don't understand.
So why should your political view be any different?
No, it shouldn't be.
Why should you be doing the dance right now because Trump won? You can be happy and move on.
You do a dance, but it's a dance of freedom, but not a dance of.
But you don't need to throw it in people's face.
Okay, I'm going to relate the story. When I was in college, we used to have the smoking section. I wasn't a smoker, but it was a piece where everybody met who smoked, and the most interesting people. So I'd sit there, my friends all smoked, and there was this one guy. He was totally on the left. I was totally in the middle or on the right. We'd argue vehemently, right? Then I'd get up and say, yeah, I'm going upstairs to get a pot. No, I'm okay. So I walked upstairs, and this woman was sitting across from me. She comes over to my friend Mike, and he goes, I thought you like better than me. Oh no, we are talking like that all the time. We're cool. I've known each other for 5 years. I mean, it was like we didn't have any animosity. We really were friends. I mean, we just agree. And there are points that that's the best way to engage people is actually you might have some heated discussions, arguments. Just don't make it fair or violent, but that's how you start.
That's what you're supposed to do. Is when you have one is an argument and not a personal attack.
Right.
Right.
If you're actually arguing a point, that's what a debate is.
Right.
That's what the debates we had, our alleged debates we've had, they're not debates. They're just
I
basically
mean, you're not talking about each other's mother and each other's names, right?
right. You didn't go
No.
like the Anna
I mean, you might call it, but I don't know. But I can give you an example of civility that Joe Biden called
Yeah.
Trump,
Yeah.
and he congratulated him, and he invited him to the White House.
Yeah.
See,
And that's the way it should be.
that's like we've
And she called it one like 2 o'clock this afternoon and conceded, which was a really nice thing to do too.
I mean, that should have been. She should have done it last night, or should have at least talked to the people that showed up for her.
yeah, she should have done that.
Because usually it's people that were supporting you the most. Like that's who Trump had at his victory speech. Or,
Yes,
but I don't mean to. I hope you're not. I mean, that's what we're doing right now,
no,
right?
that's exactly what the point I was going to say. What we're doing, I mean, I'm not saying
Together,
we're
arguing back and forth.
back and forth, but let's face it. I mean, I always think many heads together, many brains are better than just one because life experiences from other people bring a different perspective. You can't dismiss that. Okay, like when I was a kid, I was always arguing about, racial, strife, and there's no way I can say that somebody's telling strife how they're oppressed by law enforcement or by city officials or something because their skin color is different. I know that. Listen, there's no way I can argue against that. Right. I can possibly say that. There
Yeah.
may not be experience. I can't do
But
that.
you got to know the media. Anybody who's a podcast, even podcasters, they want people to watch what they're talking about. I can give you an example of a question about CNN saying that Kamala Harris lost because of racism, and
I get tired of that. The press is trying to tell us why the people chose.
Yeah.
And it's like if they stated why they did, they say we don't think she has experience. She doesn't. We don't think she takes things seriously enough. Oh no, it's because she's a female and she's
she's a female, you're a racist, you're white and a bigot.
It's like,
Well,
I know, but I'm saying that they use the headline to get people in. That's their hook.
oh yeah, because it's like that's basically it's like those guys are going for clicks. They're going for people buying magazines and newspapers, whatever it is. That's what they're depending on something.
they're going for kissing and something
But
like
the thing
that.
is, in this day and age, the technology we have, we don't need these stupid news networks.
No, we don't.
And Trump proved that you don't need them to get elected.
No.
They're worthless. They should be a side note in history.
Well, see, I think you and I basically said this too before. We talked about this. There's a guy who's done local media for years. He covers the local political stuff, at the city level. He's been doing it for years. Does a good job on that. That's what you got to do. Every area of government's got to get more transparent. So go if you got a city council meeting or village meeting or whatever, it's not currently being live streamed. Do that. Live stream.
Whether one person's watching or 10.
That's why it's transparency because guess what? Politicians are a lot like they're like reptiles. They want to live in the dark and keep you in the dark, like us, like mushrooms. So I mean, keep the lights on, okay, and keep everything open. That's why I like these audit videos and all this stuff. Keep these people accountable. Hold their feet to the fire.
What good does it do to watch a news station that agrees with you?
Right.
It just
What's the
puking out the same views they have,
It's an echo
and
chamber.
you're putting you in a bubble that thinking that everybody thinks like you.
So like your Spice read National Review, and that's a conservative magazine. They would consider
Right.
that, right? But they had a lot of people who came from different perspectives who became later conservative.
I mean,
They brought a lot of
yeah, PBS, the roundtable that they did.
Yeah.
What was his name? Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a great show to watch.
Yeah.
And then Buchanan be on there
Yeah.
every once in a while. They go back and forth.
See,
They argue.
Patrick
But they were good friends.
Buchanan was an interesting person. He believed he was like I know this dismissive because he was like the speechwriter for Reagan, but he was a very very thorough political thinker. I mean, very very well educated.
You have to do your little
Right.
speeches. You have
But-
to do your
I mean, we're talking about relics now. I was listening to someone talk, an economist, and saying that the IRS is not needed. What it is a punitive. It's another like law enforcement.
That's exactly
That's
what it
the
is.
only way that they use it is to hurt people.
Right.
That we don't need the IRS to collect because we're not our money's not based on anything. The government can make money.
Right, out of thin air. So
Well, they also said today that the stock market went up 1,400 points
Yeah.
when Trump got became president-elect.
It's. I think every time he makes an announcement, everything's gonna go up.
Yep.
See, I don't know if anybody you ever heard of a political thinker named John Rawls?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he said he's got some interesting concepts. I don't agree with everything he says, but he says that if you want to have social equity and in economics, basically let's say a certain portion of the population moves upward, they have to basically that movement has to pull up along a certain portion of the population beneath them, right? Well, guess what? Under the capitalist system in this country, that's always meant that measure. I mean, he doesn't bring that up. I mean, people who've done the research and the crunch the numbers say that has happened. They always say they always say like rich don't pay their fair share. That's a load of crap. This doesn't happen. This does happen. I mean, we've every time that somebody like we said this before. Every time somebody goes out and creates a corporation, they say, "Gee, I don't want to." They don't go outside and employ 10,000 people.
No,
but the goods and services required to employ them and get that out.
Yeah, a job is a byproduct of a good service.
Right.
Ronald Reagan described that in the past one about paying their fair share.
Yeah.
Because he's like, okay, talk about that. Paying the fair share. You raise, let's say Steve owns a business, right? I'm the government. I raise the money on Steve, right?
Mhm.
For his business. Where's Steve going to get that money from? You, as a customer.
Right.
Because he's got to get that money somewhere. You don't have to raise his prices. You're the customer has to pay for it.
Right.
So why do I sit there and tell him that he has to pay more of his fair share? Every time I tell him he has to pay his fair share, he's going to take it out of your pocket. So why do we keep saying that to him? So the government's got to stop it. One of the things that makes me happy about Trump winning, the thing is Americans all come together and understand one thing. If we can unify, the best part about unification is here. Now we can look at the government and say it's time to clean out.
Right. But getting back to the IRS, Trump said twice in the last 4 months that he was thinking about getting rid of
Income tax.
I was like, okay, I can understand because like Mitt Romney brought this up. Mitt Romney made a point back when he was running. 57% of the population doesn't pay a federal income tax, a federal one. I mean, okay, so now you got all this enforcement to go after those who do the heavy enforcement of the IRS. That just seems overly over. Like to me,
the same economist that I listened to said that the central bank is irrelevant too, and it's time to go to a different system.
yeah,
Because government doesn't need to be borrowing money from. Government can create money and give out coupons to people to use, and they can come back to government to once they do what they're supposed to do to get that money back.
yeah, that's called. I mean, there was something somebody told me about. I got the book and never read it. It looked daunting, but it's called Positive Money or whatever. Basically, since you don't base your money upon asset.
Well, because we don't have anything. We're not on the petrodollar. We're not on anything.
Yeah, it's basically just on the faith and of the credit of the government, which is
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking that you both bought a house, or at least somebody in your family's bought a house, right?
Right.
Okay, when you bought the house, did that say that you paid $100,000 for that house?
Right.
Did the mortgage company give you $100,000 to give to whoever you bought it from?
No, they gave them the money.
The banks can make money out of thin air.
Yeah,
Right.
well, like when people don't realize what they say this, the banks got deposits of so much, they overnight lend that out. They get just a couple of points off, some percentage, 1 or 2%, but they overnight they do something, they run that money on, then sweat back in. The larger banks do that. So I mean, that's
All day
they're
long.
always they're always reaching out. They're reaching out for more and more money from somewhere else. Pulling it in, a couple dimes here, a couple of nickels there. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Last week. So that's why you're the thing where you're looking at your statement at the end where it says at the end of the month where you got like this amount of money in your account and everything, and they put a penny in and stuff like that. If you have $10, you just charging this $100 or something. That's where all the banks get out of the money,
Right.
Because they're taking the money from you, borrowing the money out from you. So that's how.
I'm just saying that certain entities can just make up money.
And now,
And you couldn't do that. You couldn't go, okay, I have $1 million, but here's 1%, here's $100,000. That's the 10% that I'm supposed to have
Yeah.
of the $1 million. No, they want to see the whole $1 million.
yeah, here's that. So,
But a bank can do that.
Yeah.
I got $1 million, but I only have to have $100,000 on hand.
Yeah.
And it's like besides the money, where it's like, oh, and all the money trans go back and forth. There's no way in hell you can print enough money. The printing presses, we'd have to go other countries run printing presses constantly to actually have money to cover what we say our economy is.
But do you have any hope that Ron Paul and Elon Musk are going to be able to fix things?
Yeah,
I think so because I mean Ron Paul is actually the most stable person who's ever been in. I think was he a senator? Wasn't he?
yeah,
Senator.
yeah.
He was the most stable. He was like even
Kentucky.
Democrats they had a begrudging respect for him because he meant what he said what he meant. He did exactly what he didn't he was never never waffled. He was always on. If he said it, he knew he wasn't going to back down on it.
Right.
His son doesn't. I mean, he doesn't have the. I don't know. He doesn't seem like any Rand. He doesn't seem as intensely scrupulous as but
He is scrupulous.
he is.
He is.
What has he done? I mean, that's another thing. I hate these fake propping up people like they're somebody when they're not.
No,
He's
Rand
done,
Paul
you
is
know, all he does is he's the only one that will vote against the bill. What did he do? He didn't
Rand Paul-
change anything.
Stop. Well, Rand Paul is scrupulous to the fact that he actually does. He does
Nothing.
He does a lot.
All he does is he bitches about shit, but he never does anything.
When the COVID thing happened, he put up everything over on one side.
Oh, he put on a show.
No, he didn't put on a show.
He didn't. Nobody went to jail. Fauci, as far as I know, he's retired with like 7 pensions from the
Rand
government.
Paul went in and worked in the hospitals while everybody was going on.
So I worked in the hospital.
Yeah, but while everybody else, while the other congressmen and all the other guys were flying home doing everything else, Rand Paul was
So they weren't supposed to work in the hospital. He did it because he wanted it. You shouldn't be putting extra shine on it because he did it.
well, at least somebody did something, and that's
And what they
did something. One person did. See, you got to give one guy credit to do something.
why?
Because he did. One guy did one thing one time. You got to give him credit.
He's not optometrist. He's not even. He's not a medical doctor, as far as I know. It's the optometrist.
Well, he's a surgeon. He can do eye surgery, so you'd have to have a medical background to do that. You'd have to know blood pressure and chemicals. And
I'm just saying, people need to stop putting these people on a pedestal.
Not on a pedestal, but he actually.
Okay, but what did he do about that? Nothing. Fauci,
Oh, no,
like
he
I
just
said,
had to
he's
talk,
comfortably
right.
retired.
Oh, I know. He talked.
So stop saying that Mr. Suspenders and Rand Paul are
I didn't
such
say
heroes.
suspenders did. I didn't say suspenders did.
Kennedy is nothing either.
I heard somebody say
I
John
didn't
Kennedy.
say Kennedy.
They brought him back to life. I don't know. First year about his name, they brought him back to life. And I was like, I said that was weird. But anyway, no, I do like I said, Ron Paul, I have respect for him.
What's your opinion of a politician, John?
Basically, they're people who are inept in the professions. Most of them are lawyers, and usually disbarred lawyers, on the national level, disbarred lawyers. And basically, they're people who never really want to work for a living, and they become a politician. They look good in a suit, and there's everything they said is glib and articulate, but it's all phony.
But when you say if Rand Paul ran and his last name was Smith, do you think that he'd be in the Senate today? And do you think he'd have as much pull?
No, you're right.
Do you think there's a little bit of nepotism there?
Well, I think it's definitely. Well, I would say I don't think his dad had anything to do with him getting elected.
No, but his dad had the name.
I think he had
And Rand and Ron are pretty close together, aren't they?
Yeah, but
I wonder if I think he was named after. I think Ron Paul has an appreciation for Ayn Rand, so I think he named his son Rand after the last name Ayn Rand. That's what I'm thinking because there's a strong connection between Ron Paul and Ayn Rand. I don't know if you knew that or not. Yeah, he's very much into her a lot of her writings. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that, but it was usually started with Ayn Rand, by the way. If you're a libertarian, that's what you usually get into the development, into the movement with. You start reading Ayn Rand. Wow, what political group actually goes along with this, But anyway, I think it's interesting though. Like we're all friends, like there's such a ferocity here about this discussion, and I think it's healthy. I go back to that. I think this is the best. The podcast, private conversation, is the best way to go for political discourse.
What people don't understand, Trump is a moderate.
Yeah.
And all he's doing is bringing it back to the middle. He's not right wing by any means.
Well, like, I don't understand this. One of my friends posted something, and one of our mutual friends, who's a lesbian, she posted something about, well, she can't believe she said this because she was happy. This woman was happy that Trump got elected again, and she realized how much he hates gays, lesbians, transgender. And I went, no, wait a minute. Can you point to me? Anybody can point to me where Donald Trump said anything bad about gays, lesbians, or anybody else like that with the sexual orientation, gender issue. I don't see where he said anything
All he said,
derogatory.
all he ever said was you're gonna get boys out on the stinking girls' sports.
But that's common
And
That's
sense.
that's
common
just common sense.
That's common. Well, actually, I think that Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner, whatever her
He
name
went
is.
to the White House.
Well, he also said he was a back ban of having women in men in women's sports. He actually
Right.
backed the ban, so he's involved in that movement himself. So I mean, I don't see where that's
I've known if he had said something like that, believe me, it'd be
It would
out
be
there.
on
It'd be
24
played
hours
I
every
read
day,
something when he
24
said that.
hours a day.
I mean,
Right.
just all I know is that, but I challenge people. If you think if somebody can point to me what Donald Trump said anything derogatory against gays, lesbians, or transgender, anything against that, derogatory or like scorn or
But he
whatever.
has 60-something years of history,
Right.
and they can't find anything. So apparently, he's never said anything, or
He's had more electrical around him than anything else.
right.
The basic listen, look, he did most of his business in New York, New Jersey, very strong centers or very active gay communities, right? I'm sure he employed people who are gays, lesbians, and stuff at the hotels, casinos, the designers, the architects, whatever. At some point of his, crazy development, I'm sure he's been knowing these people, people personally that are within these.
But that's the same. But getting back to
Look at General Kelly. He wrote in a book if you want to get likes on it or anything like that. He's been saying this for a long time about how Trump said something when nobody else in the room even heard it. But just because Kelly wanted to write it
but
in
the
a
thing
book.
is that people like you repeat that stuff, and people that it's stupid that you're even talking about it, and people are hearing it.
Okay, I remind you something. We have a kind of talk show podcast over here, so if you did mention something, we wouldn't have too much to talk about.
But
So
what I'm saying is, they keep bringing it up like it really hurt Trump.
It didn't hurt.
It did
But
not.
people did say it. Kelly said it to try to hurt Trump.
But it's already been proven
It was proven wrong.
wrong.
It was proven wrong 3.5 years ago. It was proven wrong all this different time, but then it's wrong again. Every single time they try to.
Now I'm doing it. I'm talking about
The
the
media.
media brought it up.
Right.
All they do is throw bones out there, and hopefully people pick up on it.
yeah, basically,
That's all they've got.
that's
is the
basically
They
media.
got nothing.
they got all this stuff here. They go, which one's a smelly? It says like come in the water, they throw it out there and see who's gonna attack it. That's what it seems like the media does.
Right.
The the whatever you want to call that exists out there, ABC, NBC, Fox, whatever they are.
I think as of last night, the end of it would have been funny, and that's what I was thinking about doing is you could just actually read a eulogy of mainstream media as of last
No,
night.
like I said, it's
And that's
just
not
how,
something- that's
in my
not-
opinion, we just need to move. We need to look at it. Like
Look to
Kamala
the-
Harris said, what did she say about?
Don't you dare look that.
What I'm saying, we just need to turn the page and just look forward
Okay.
and forget about all that. It's done.
Negative.
I mean, it's like a soldier going to war.
Right. You can't think about this.
You don't want to think about all that stuff. You
No.
want to think, no.
No.
So that's one thing I got to say. Sometimes I think you're overly. I'm saying this to you, Steve. Sometimes you get a little overzealous, but then you come from a military background, and that's a good analogy. I mean, you can't if you decide extraneous the side noise. You can't deal with it. You can't do it.
I mean, you got to think about. You don't want to think about how you got to where you are.
No.
You just want to be happy
You get through
that
it.
you're there.
There's no holes left to put in you that you didn't have when you started, and
And keep going.
you
And
just keep on going.
going.
Yeah. And I think that's you said that a couple of podcasts ago. Don't bring up all the past. Don't bring it up at all. Trump should just say
No.
he's got too much on his
I mean,
plate.
if Joe Biden doesn't pardon his son, then that's what one of the very first thing Trump should do is pardon Hunter Biden, and just it's done.
But if it happens anything happens after this, it's on them again. All right. So I mean, but yeah, because it's a clean slate. I mean, I really don't take I'm very tenuous about this. I'm happy that he won, but I also know that I'm not going to agree with everything he says and does, and I also know that there's going to be a backlash here and there on certain things. So basically, you're going to move ahead a little bit, and you're going to slide back a little bit. So, I mean, I'm very realistic about that. But
I'm looking forward to it. I'm
Yeah.
looking
Well,
forward to it.
I'm looking forward to. I want to see the meeting with Biden and Trump,
Mhm.
and I hope it turns out good.
yeah,
I hope they shake hands and just a good photo op.
I do hope that this time that people treat Trump with respect he deserves.
well, See, I don't know if they mean, I guess if they don't have the need, they feel the
I
need
mean,
for it,
well,
reason
no,
I'm saying
no,
this, you know, I'm
it's not
saying that
the respect that you think he deserves, but there's still, like I said, there's people out there that don't think he deserves any respect, and you should. That's the way they feel, and you're not going to change it.
I know it's something. Here's the thing. I mean, the guy the first time they didn't even let. There's some of the different people that wouldn't even make a dress for Melania. And there's people that would
So
refuse to
go
go.
somewhere else, and
I
that's
know.
what we're supposed to do. As
I mean, as a people,
why?
but here's the thing. You know what? That's disrespectful to.
No, it's not. If a person doesn't want to make some, how many cakes have you seen that went to court because Christians
They
didn't
don't
want
want
to
to make
make
it
them?
work. I
So
know.
why now that somebody doesn't want to make something for you, you want to force them to, or
Yeah.
do you want to make them feel bad about? No, that's their decision. They're a private contractor, meaning it's their business. They shouldn't be. Why?
Okay,
What difference does it make
but
if they
here's the
don't want to make a
difference.
dress
If I
for?
don't want to make it, if you don't want to make a cake, if you're a cake maker, you don't want to make a cake for somebody's cake or something like that, right? So I had a point for that. I'm sorry. But the thing is, if you don't do it, you just keep quiet about it. The other side is you don't go over to Vogue magazine and start saying to everybody,
But you need
hey,
to
they asked me to do this. No, come on, Steve, that is common sense.
I'm just saying, it's the same thing as the cake maker. The dressmaker and the cake maker are the same thing. If they don't want to make a dress for them,
Yeah, you
now
don't
try.
put the other end of it, you don't turn around. There's one thing, you know, you have some class to it. You don't run over to the magazine maker so you can get.
They can do whatever they want. They're
Yeah.
an
That's
individual
not
person.
That's not
What a
class.
big deal. Then don't go use them when next time you want to dress.
Well, my friend who just passed away was gay. He this issue was big a few years ago, and he's about to get a cake maker who he didn't want to make a cake for a gay wedding, and he was gay. And he said, if I would just go on to another one. He said, that's their right. And you just move
What
on.
I'm saying is that the cake maker that did that didn't run over to the Flint Journal or M Live.
And so what if they did? That's
They
their
didn't.
prerogative if they want to.
This is unclassy.
Okay, but
This is
why do you
unclassy.
even let it bother you? That's
It
what I
doesn't
don't
bother me.
understand.
It just doesn't bother me. The first time it was really everyone was making fun of him because of all the different things. It was just trying to make him look.
And guess what? They're going to do it again.
You're
You
worse
should
than
be ready.
wait,
You should be ready.
worse than
this
you're trying
time.
to heal. Wait. Worse than you're trying to say, let's heal the country. Let's bring it together for unity. But then on the other end, we're saying, hey, you know what? Try to treat the guy like crap.
What guy?
President like Trump.
You already know they're going to. And he's the one that signed on for it. He's a big boy.
I know he's a
And
big
he
boy.
can take it, right? It's not your job to protect him.
I would never protect him. He's got a son that's almost 7 foot tall. Let him protect him. He's got the Secret Service on top of that. So,
But he's still, when it comes down to it, he's a raggedy ass politician just like the rest of them.
so what do you think about?
Yeah.
Definitely trying to. I mean, no, I don't.
No, but he is in my opinion, he's not a politician.
No, he
and he never was. I was just trying to get you to go.
No, but I
But like I said, next time you want to dress, just don't go try to force
I'm not
someone.
trying to get a dress for anybody from Melania. That's not Melania.
You want to get her one?
No, I was.
Let's
Melania.
face
That's not trying to. Listen, Melania Trump doesn't need me to help her get a dress. I think she's
But
got a
you,
long enough.
if she asks you,
If she ever asked me to dress something, I'd probably say, you know what, I'll make myself free for her.
you're about,
Just because
you're
you
about
know,
the same height.
she's 5'10".
Is she?
Yes.
How do you know so much about her?
he just wants to gold you, man. Today.
Well, yeah. What's up? What did I say wrong here today? What I said.
No, the restream.
Yeah, the restream's got me
I
upset.
apologize. I
It's
was
not your
here the
fault.
whole
It's not your
day.
fault. It's not your fault. It's the
If John were in the middle, it'd be anything shotgun blast.
Yeah,
Places, man, I'm about ready to go.
John's enjoying it because it's usually him.
Yeah, it's like, well, actually, I feel sorry for you, but I was like, okay, we'll back down a bit. People are still friends, I think, right?
We really are. I'm like, damn. I can be
No,
the
it's like, well, it's very, we'll get to that. I mean, it's like this restring. We used it, just you guys used it yesterday, right?
right.
It went perfectly well. Damn, it's like it was totally different.
Which reminds me like a whole
Everything, different. Not just one little thing, but everything from the log out.
Everything.
Everything is
I
different.
think I suspect he was going to be different too.
And
Yes.
they did give us an email too, because I went back. Last time I got communication was in July.
No warning.
No warning or
What
anything.
was this?
like an update or something?
It's there, I guess.
An update. It's a revamp of the way that you get ready to start a show.
Like it's going to add like minutes to it. and instead of like just a couple of seconds, click, 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 it's going to add minutes to it. So we're keeping on, okay, guys. But yeah, I don't know why. It's a rhetorical question, right?
We don't even know if we're live on Rumble right now.
We don't because we there's no exact custom RTPMP. You're supposed to have that when you can go because Rumble for some reason doesn't have where you can just all the
No,
information.
it's the only one.
Yeah, well, Rumble's really good. So we're not knocking on Rumble, but I mean, it's like they don't work together with Restream, so you got to do this custom stuff.
Everywhere else, you give your log-on credentials,
Right.
Yeah,
then you're good.
copy the fields, a couple of fields, and
But
you paste them in there.
Rumble, once you use our,
Once
it's
you
just
use-
harder to go on Rumble.
It's
Well, plus I think Rumble does it because they have their own system that they want you to use. But we tried using it and we don't like it.
Yeah, it's like it's more difficult because basically we're lazy. And another thing is every time you do something, you add
At least
steps.
No, you have to relearn.
You have to relearn, and I'm serious. I mean, people think it's just click, 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 but if you don't do the right clicks in the
No,
right order,
you have to put time. You have to read it. I would neither one. Well, he likes to read. I don't like to read, but to figure out how to use it.
Mhm.
And you go, I don't know, that first time, what, it was like a year and a half before they made that change.
right. It's like I guess if you're probably for somebody from Restream, you listen to this, we don't like what you did. You know,
No, I mean,
make up make an instructional video to show us how to handle these changes. I mean, put it on YouTube. I mean, that's where everybody else does when they get a new product thing and they want to make changes on their product and put it on there. So I mean, no, I think this demonstrates so that intensity because let's face it, I think another thing is to Steve's defense for people who were dismayed or sense of loss because of the loss last night. I think that underscores. I think people are actually I think trying to see how other people think about things is this positive step in itself.
well, I mean, think about it. When Trump lost 4 years ago,
That was heartbreaking.
yeah, but I didn't go off on my friends
No.
and tell them that they were.
I didn't go off on anybody.
No, the only thing I did is every time I had to pay more on gas, I would always send a text to one of my friends that, hey, can you bring a check? That
Yeah,
was it.
but
But I'm the only person that sitting at the table that actually called himself a former Democrat.
Where you go from?
I ran for office
Yeah.
2 times
As a Democrat? Oh yeah, we're so.
no, it's a practical. I mean, it's a practical thing. If you're going to run for local office here in Genesee County, I mean, being a
All my friends are Democrat.
so we see again.
I have friends who are Democrats.
See, the
Yeah.
national level Democrats are vastly different.
But these
than
people,
local.
in Genesee County don't know that they're moderate.
No, I mean, well,
They want to be Democrats because the machine, the UAW, and the Teamsters have made them that that's the way they got to think.
no,
When I
okay.
went to vote yesterday, I got handed a list on the way out. While I was
How to
counting
vote?
vote.
Yeah, they have.
Yet nothing that they handed me was on the vote ballot.
So is it
Oh,
just
they-
They handed me only 2 people on the whole ballot, except for
Oh, it was probably a state list.
no, they gave me.
No, I'm
it was
saying
supposed to be
they-
local. It was supposed to be
Right.
local.
It might have been local for Genesee County.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So no, I was just checking something here. The way they got this, I don't know.
The one thing I am glad
I
about
know,
the
but-
election is that I don't have to hear about town halls no more.
I don't.
But if you notice that in the last couple of weeks, they've had him pretty much hidden anyways.
And in fact, I heard that he hadn't talked to Kamala for about 3 or 4 days before the end of the election.
But could you imagine if she was probably listening to this bull the whole time, and then the deflation that hit her last night when everything was coming in? That must have been terrible.
See, that's, I mean, as much as I don't like some people running for office, I mean, as a human, and you put yourself out there, I mean, you put everything out there. You're stripped bare naked, possibly, in an emotional sense.
Right.
And you have this rejection. That's the only way you can
Do
take
you think they lied to you the whole time?
No.
No, like they lied to us.
No, they
Because
lied to
I
us.
think they picked her. In my opinion, she was picked and put in this spot
She was thrown under the bus, I think. So,
from the beginning, and that's what I said how many shows ago. That what does it allows Biden to go out a winner.
and I think you said somebody else probably says the same thing to you as you did. You were listening to it. Yeah, I mean, so I see. I know what I feel. I mean, I have a political, background. I'm in the politics, local, and basically, I get nothing but contempt for most of them. But I try to stay away from national politics because, I mean, we're affected by it. This is the presidential election and the vice presidential election. Obviously, is the only thing that we get to vote as a nation.
What do you think in 4 years? when they're trying to do you think that she's gonna run again?
They
And if
say
she
she
does, do you think it's gonna do anything for her that
no.
she ran this time?
Oh, it's gonna she this
Do you think it's gonna hurt her?
yeah, this has destroyed it.
I think she's pretty much what her show lack of showing here. I mean,
Kamala Harris, we're talking
yeah,
about.
and the one
Yeah.
thing is, if you would have answered something with in a substantial kind of answer, but cackling and people going back where she was how she was raised in a middle class
But do you
family.
think maybe they talked her into it?
Well, I think they
They whoever her handlers or whatever.
You mean tell her to run this
Yeah.
time?
yeah, I think so.
You think that maybe they
I don't think they talked her into it.
I
I
don't
think
know.
they
I think you would have to.
kinda
They may be incentivized.
here's the deal, he said he's gonna be a transitional president, and then she ran
You
when
mean Biden.
Biden was gonna be a transitional president. I think she thought that he's gonna run for 4 years. She was gonna become the nominated person, blessed
So
person.
you don't think they expected Donald Trump to run for president again?
Oh, they knew he was gonna run.
Well, what I heard by the talking heads is that exactly what you said, Joe Biden was supposed to be somebody for a seat warmer
Right.
for the next person to come in and take it, and then Donald Trump threw a wrench into it because they didn't expect him to run again.
But they threw everything in,
Well, they thought he'd either be in jail or
right?
And
They tried both of us, and they tried to kill him.
I mean, but I have never seen. I mean, even if this had been a Democrat, if somebody put the hours in and the effort in, I would have to applaud that effort. I mean,
Right.
this man, I mean, I'm 61, way younger than Donald Trump. And after 8 or 10 hours, during the days and activities, I get wore out. This guy's on a plane. He's preparing for speeches and the rallies and question and answer periods. And he's like, I mean, I don't know when he sleeps. And he craft food. It's amazing he's lived as long as he has. No major health
Well,
issues.
I mean, one of the days he did, I think it was 3 rallies,
Right.
because he had them set up, the indoor ones were
Right.
easier for him to go to. 3 rallies, and, uh, and he did, like, 3 podcasts.
I
All
think
in one day.
I think it comes down to this. I don't. He could have outspent people. He could have done this, but also I just come down. He really wanted the job. He put forth the effort.
Do you
I
think
really do.
do you think Joe Rogan endorsement
It did
helped
a
him,
lot.
or
I wish it came sooner. I mean, further back, from back. I'm ahead of the time, but yeah, I do think it had an impact towards the last bit of it,
I
obviously.
really think that
I think it was Joe Rogan, I think it was Megyn Kelly, I think it was, and then I'll tell you why I think it was Megyn Kelly's because that was the one thing that was the fight
yeah,
between
but
him and
she's been a cheerleader for the last well over the last year if you listen to her
right,
show.
but you know what? Remember the fight today?
No.
Yeah,
But she already said she had an interview
No.
last time around after the fight, and she said that he was very nice to her,
Right.
and even asked for her phone number. So that hatchet was buried last
That long
time.
time, like 3
Yeah.
years ago, but to show that they can actually knock it out
Well, I think
and come back out
I
and
think
ramp
that the interview that she had with him over 3 years ago did that,
I just
not the on stage thing.
but I thought it was a good thing that she was there.
I think what's remarkable about Trump is look at his distractors. I mean, his running mate, JD Vance, or now never Trump, I guess, they're very close to it. And now he's vice presidential elect. So I mean, vice president elect. I mean, I think he's got this ability to take opposition and kind of like basically meld it down and like pull it in and dismantle shove pile off the sharp edges. I think he's got that ability to do that.
Right.
I mean, I think he's a business person. He knows how to make a deal. He knows how to get things on board, people on board. I think that's going to be great for international diplomatic relations.
I think laziness kills him. I think he doesn't like when you're lazy.
No,
And I think the guys he goes after, he makes off fun of and everything. If you look at him, pretty lazy.
But one thing he did say
he would like
is that he didn't directly fire people last time around. He would just send a letter to him explaining to him that he thought it was a good idea for him to resign.
Right.
He said this time around
He's
he's
walk in the
gonna
room.
fire him and make it public, so they can't come back and
The only
write a
time
book.
he did fire one person. And that
But I'm
was
saying for the majority of the people that he let go, he let them resign and
Right.
leave and retain their dignity.
Right.
He said this time he's thinking about not doing that
Right.
and letting people know exactly why the person was let go.
See, I'd just like to ask people who looked at people like the politicians like Kamala Harris and all these other more career-oriented ones. Like, what do you think that they? What I'm asking you, what do you think that they bring to the table that Donald Trump doesn't possess? Donald Trump's got a lot more ability to see and read people better. He's got a better understanding of reality. You guys are ensconce people. If you don't like the reality, you pass a law so you can get whatever you want and make it a reality. Well, he had to deal with reality as it was.
I think the thing is they go into a bath, they go into a bubble, they stay in that bubble.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's never been.
I don't like to think, I don't think John or myself, maybe you a little
What?
bit, are in a bubble.
I've never been in a bubble.
See,
I'm joking.
I mean, maybe,
But I don't think I am.
no, see, in a bubble. See, I think we're all.
I don't vote R or D. I mean, when I vote and when I can vote for everybody, I look and see who's who, and that's how I vote. Whether they have an R or a D by their name.
Well, I find with people like see the Democrats in the city we want to like what overly embrace
Some Democrats, not all.
what they have a tendency seem to want to help everybody else with somebody else's money. And
But
we're-
that's not true either because we've brought it up before. We've got more money from the Democrats than we have Republicans that have been through here.
yeah, it's Republicans basically. Yeah, pull yourself out of the bootstraps. Well, guess what?
Well, no, they come in, they say, "Oh, it's a
they're
nice
like, you're
studio." They come in here and say, "This is a nice studio. How long you been doing this?" And we tell them, and they, "Oh, it's a great thing."
They'll
Shake your head and leave.
say, "How do you finance this?" It's based on a pocket. Oh, okay.
Okay, Democrats who've come through here
Yeah.
have given us money without even asking.
Like you don't have much envelope and you open up and release 25, 50. It's not.
It's not a lot, but it doesn't have to
It
be.
doesn't happen.
We're
So,
just happy that they extended it.
James, and but all you got to do is ask. Even if somebody, if you just feel like you're being, you like what somebody's doing, you think you can help them, try to help them. I think that's a good attitude to live by, in life. I mean,
But the last two Republicans have been through here.
they've helped.
They were nice.
Yeah, so it's just,
And they did throw some money our way.
and it's a, and I
We
think
didn't ask for it
no,
either.
we didn't because and we got some great people. We got some great people on the R and D, whatever, in this local community. Some people have just done so much. That's their entire life. It's like trying to get something better, something going on here. So I can't fault that. And that those are usually with D's after them, so I can't fault that. And they move on to greener pastures.
I really don't. It's behind your name. You're going to work with people.
That's right. Definitely. I mean,
But both of us came in here being a hard Republican.
right.
I mean, even though I had voted for some Democrats, but just being with people who had and listening to what they're saying because they're doing a show out of here, because that was the
Right.
first thing we said. We don't care if somebody's right or left. If they got something to say, don't come in and say it. I don't know how many. We've done thousands of shows out of here for
Yeah.
free.
There's no way we can agree with everybody. Whatever
No.
they said. There's no way.
Sometimes they have to turn the headphones on.
I just put it down. And said, you don't believe I can't say that. I can't say anything. It's their show.
But after the show, they're nice people.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, that's the thing is that it's people think that their way is going to change things and they want the change they want to see. So I can't fault that. I can see there's faults in there, there's unintended consequences, but you can't blame the people for saying this is an issue we want to address. You can't blame them. That's not something you can be fault finding with. There really is.
But that's what I'm saying is when somebody's not happy or they're saying things about Trump that you don't like, I'm sorry you feel that way, and reach out your hands and say, "How can we be friends?" Or,
You just keep walking out and work with them.
That's like,
well, I mean, not trying to change their mind or anything, but you would hope it would, but not try to force them to change their mind on their views.
I'm going to say this like a lot of people who are like feel they say, be the change you want to see. If you want to see the change in politics, say you be the representation of what you want to see.
But I think the first thing you need to do is stop watching Fox News, CNN, all these things, and go and find out things for yourself. 'Cause there's a lot of good people out there
There's a lot
who
of
are right and left.
A lot of podcasters out
And
there.
look how many. I said it before. It took Democrats to save the Republican Party.
Well, that's like we're just,
Every person from Trump on down was a
There's
former
another-
Democrat.
you see the T-shirt they got? It's like they got a Ronald Reagan, they got Elon Musk, they have Donald Trump on the same. And not Ronald Reagan has
RFK,
Yeah.
Gabbard.
They're all basically they've walked between they pass through the light and the darkness. Basically they went
Well,
through the political
well,
science.
the whole MAGA movement, Donald Trump is the new Republican Party. Maybe they need to name it something else.
But maybe they should. This would be the time to do a new creation.
I think the turtle is one of the last relics that needs to go. McConnell, once he's gone. Yeah, well, he came out today and he tried to talk. Nobody's listening to him.
Blah 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 blah. Okay. Well, listen.
And then Graham, he needs to go too.
Oh yeah.
Go back in his closet.
I mean, he hears about
Sorry about reading.
He hears about a war and he goes, "Let's get our troops there." And he loves
Let me
it.
get my tap shoes.
I'll tap us away over the war.
I think he's a disgusting individual. I mean, yeah, it's just so different to the people.
Well, I mean, last time around, Trump gave out his phone.
I didn't know that.
Not there.
Yes.
Because he pissed him off.
He doxed him. No.
Yeah.
That's
For a good time.
yeah. He's a great show team. That's a bad one. But anyway, so
I feel better after unloading it.
If you feel a lot better.
It's like, he's gonna say, "Can you
Is your therapy session?
That's what this is.
This is our therapy.
Besides me,
I just hope I'm not going to get beat up by Julie after this.
You mean nice?
No, they're gonna wait to bring the dog in someday.
Oh yeah, when he gets bigger.
Bigger.
I didn't take him with me today.
You didn't?
I didn't take him down to Ohio.
What's his name again?
Sarge.
Sarge?
Sarge.
What's his name?
I think.
Oh, that was the name before.
Oh,
I just didn't remember.
I changed it from Duke to Sarge.
okay.
He looks more like a
Oh,
Sarge.
he was a Duke before.
I had it. Well, I called him Bubba.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's a demotion. I
Yeah,
think
I did.
Duke Sergeant.
Yeah, but he looked too
Why don't you just call him Sergeant Duke?
Sergeant.
kind of complicated. I don't realize that.
What do you end up actually calling him? Because
Sarge.
because we had a dog that had a long pedigree name we just called Simeon. She had a pedigree name,
No,
you know.
I didn't know. I mean, it was like I wanted to call Bubba because I always wanted to call a bulldog Bubba, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's too cute." Call him Duke. So,
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't. I mean, he looks like a
It's a-
bulldog, but because, like you said, he's a micro.
micro, yeah.
He's got a beautiful coat too. And he's got the color I've never seen in
And then I can actually stud that thing out.
What is that? Brindle? Is that what they call it?
I think it's
I think it is. Yeah, I've never seen that. I always thought that was a cool color pattern. So, but
It's pretty good. Nice pair of shoes.
that thing.
Oh yeah.
No, that
Is
thing
that
is
what you're
not
thinking?
getting shaved. No, that thing is not getting shaved. I'm telling you that much.
Well, you'd actually have
It's
to
getting
skin
washed.
them.
No, that thing's not getting skinned. It's
He
like
actually like Hill, man. He like
that thing. That thing actually sleeps better at night. Like,
I've never. I mean, I know the name, but I've never seen the cartoon. Is that what he was doing with the
Yeah,
Dalmatians?
that's what she was doing for relative.
I've never seen it
I saw the original movie that's one of the movies I remember me and my family going to see at a drive-in.
as a cartoon. The animation.
No, it was a real
the real movie.
Was it black and white?
No, it was in color. It was in color. Came out sometime like 70s,
Did you ask for the
70s.
black and white?
Yeah.
Did you ask for
I seen black and white. Remember Hercules downtown?
No, I didn't see that one downtown. No.
But I'm saying there was a lot of black and white movies when we were growing up. We just got to remember. We're old.
I mean, we're pushing 70. We're like pushing 70 uphill. Our backs going out.
But yeah, there was still black and white. It was like theaters.
Yeah, I think it was a Disney movie. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it was a beautiful color. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I think Phyllis Diller played Cruella DeVille. Yeah, I mean,
That was old. That was long ago.
yeah, I think, yeah, she was a great actor. I liked her. I just liked her personality. Though. She was always on top shows back then. God, we went over all of it.
Remember Claude?
I mean, her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claude. So she was always, you never see them, but it's like she was always referenced, and then their ongoing relationship and stuff he said and stuff she said, and she wasn't like a shared trashed out, always trashed on me. You know when he did their.
Right.
My mom watched that, and she goes, they have to be together long because they're really stinging each other. And sure enough, they got divorced. She said that was not. She said that's not healthy to do that relationship.
Then he ran into the tree.
Yeah, and then he ran. Yeah, he's a great.
Sonny
did-
Bono died
It's sort of with the
skiing.
yeah,
And that's where
Wasn't he a congressman?
yeah, congressman.
and that's why they wanted people to wear a helmet when they ski because of that.
And one of
Because
the
he hit a tree.
Kennedys died about the same time too, doing the
Right.
same thing. Yeah, within a few weeks of that or months of each other. Yeah.
And
I
how
just
many guys is she working with since the
I don't even know. I mean, publicly, one of the honors, right?
yeah, Greg Allman, she had a child with him.
Yeah.
she's got her
Elijah
thing is
Woodward.
don't worry, don't worry, I won't be one.
But how? Okay, but she comes from the last movie star where they had publicists that purposely put people out in public with
Right.
different people. So you don't know.
If they're really together.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
never
they
know.
did it on purpose.
That's when we were kids. We always saw somebody
That's
with
the way
2
they
weeks.
did it.
She says she could turn back time. I think she's trying to turn back.
Well, she's got to be
And
what?
why shouldn't she?
No, I
She
think
looks
she's
pretty good.
cute. She's so
She
cute.
looks pretty good yet. I mean, I got to give her that. I mean,
But that's another thing. I think we're getting ready to wrap up.
I think
But I'm going to ask
You
is,
actually
are there certain comedians or actors that you can see through or see past their political views? Because Will Ferrell is one of mine. I don't mind that he came out and said,
I can watch it. I still
Step Brothers. I mean, I was when my friend I first thought about Step Brothers. That sounds stupid. I saw it. I was
but
like,
why is it that, okay, Will Ferrell did that, but De Niro
Yeah.
came out.
because
Could you still watch his movies? It's still not even good though?
I watch Goodfellas, but
Oh,
I
that's
watch
a great movie,
Rogan,
though.
but I don't like him because now he's changed his whole
He's so
viewpoint.
angry.
But you can still watch his movies though, right?
The only way I can watch it was Al Pacino's in them. That's it.
Yeah.
The only movies I can see that he's in is with another actor. Now, if he's the main star of it, I will watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he had some great. He
Because
has some great
I've seen bits and pieces when he had the psychiatrist, what was his name, the comedian,
was it Billy Crystal?
Billy Crystal. That's a good movie.
Analyzing this for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
another
movie.
one was, and the one I hate. What about the Fockers or something?
Oh, what about the Fockers?
The first one was good,
I hate
but it sort of got annoying.
Yeah, the three.
But Dreyfus was good in that.
I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And so was Barbara Streisand. You got to give it to her.
And
When-
Dustin Hoffman.
Wait, it was Dustin. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
it was
Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. It wasn't.
He played.
It is that.
What
And-
about where Richard Dreyfuss?
But I'm saying Barbara Streisand was in that, too, wasn't she?
Yeah,
She was good. She was good.
funny in that.
It was funny.
Down there, they had the house down there in Florida. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it was Dustin
Dustin
Hoffman.
Hoffman.
They had to wear clothes, and weren't they like news? And then they
Yeah.
Yeah, the clothes on when they.
But I'm saying I could look past her views for that and think what her acting was funny in that.
Well, she played a concerned, loving mother. That was great. That was a great role for her.
I actually, you know what, the one thing that Kurt Russell said that I really respect. You know what, people can watch us and perform. We should never, ever, they should never see our politics. They should only see our performances. That's it.
See, I like
And if he lives that, he doesn't.
And then it goes back to what Elvis Presley said when someone has political views. He said, "I'm an entertainer, and I don't think people care about what I think." But I think he could have swayed them
I think so. I think
if he wanted to.
he was definitely a patriot. I know that.
And like guns and knives.
When they talked about Michael Jordan, they asked Michael Jordan about something one time, and this is why I like Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. And they said, what do you think about Republicans and Democrats? You know what he said? They both buy jerseys, they both buy
Shoes.
my shoes. But guess what? I'm not gonna say anything about this.
That's the best way.
And then they asked him about what do you think about racism stuff. He's like, white people, black people buy my clothes.
Right.
I'm not gonna say anything. And if I
That's like that. We always see green, so I think that's a good
That's
approach
it.
to take.
You want to try hitting the button?
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get to it.
Yeah. See,
we might be here talking.
What are those